Hello, welcome to Bagre TV. If you are new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. Biography of Muammar Gaddafi. Muammar Gaddafi, whose full name was Muammar Mohammed Abu Minya Gaddafi, 1942 to October 2011, was labeled a dictator by the Western media. He was a revolutionist and he governed Libyans as the chairman of the Libyan Arab Republic from 1969 to 1977. This Libyan politician had imbibed the ideology of Arab nationalism and socialism, but as the years passed, he looked for ways of giving Libyans a sense of pride that led him to develop his own ideology, the Third International Theory, which he used in ruling the people, and the ideas of his Third International Theory was published in his book, The Green Book. Gaddafi became an Arab nationalist as a student of Sabha. He was known for his anti-imperialist mindset, and one thing he did after taking over power in Libya, after disposing the Senussi monarchy of Idris, who had the backings of the imperialists in the 1969 coup, was to send the Italians and Western military packing. Gaddafi's preference of the Arabian world saw him develop ties with them, particularly with the Egyptian government of Gamal Abdel Nasser, and he even advocated for pan-Arab political union, which eventually did not work. Gaddafi adopted Islamic socialism and used the Sharia law as the basis of Libya's legal system. Contrary to popular belief, Gaddafi was not a heartless leader, as he implemented policies that brought about economic development to Libya with priority on healthcare, housing, and education. Gaddafi's family was from a very small minority tribe in Libya, the Quad Hafa, born in 1942 to his father, Muhammad Abdul Salam bin Hamad, and his mother, Aisha. Truth is, Gaddafi's year of birth is more of assumption, and this is to be blamed on the background of his people, the nomadic Bedouins, who did not keep birth records because they lacked formal education. Gaddafi's father, known as Abu Menia, was a poor goat and cattle herder. He lived in a tent with his wife near Qasri Abu Hadi, a rural area outside the town of Sete in the deserts of Tripolitania. It was in this place that Gaddafi was born. Abu Menia died in 1985. Gaddafi grew up in a lowly desert, the only surviving son among 3 girls, and this had an influence on him. Eventually, when he became an adult, he preferred the desert to the bustling of the city, and most times he went to the desert for relaxation. He began his education under a local Islamic teacher. Shortly after, he moved to Sete to attend elementary school, where he excelled and passed through 6 grades in 4 years. Growing up, there was no free education in Libya, but his father was bent on seeing his son have what he never had. There was an arrangement that saw Gaddafi sleep in a mosque in the town where he schooled within the week, and during weekends, he would go home, which was 20 miles away. Gaddafi was treated unfairly by other students because of his Bedouin heritage, but being stubborn, he stood up for himself and other Bedouin children. He became a popular figure in the school and even made great friends. Notably among them was Abdul Salam Jalud, who later worked in his administration. Most of his teachers at Sabha were Egyptians. It was there that he had access to Arab newspapers and radio broadcasts. A number of factors feared his aid for Western imperialists. As a child, he knew of the involvement of these imperialists in his homeland. They had left a negative impression on him. At the age of 6, a leftover Italian mine exploded and killed 2 of his cousins, leaving him with an injured arm while they were playing. And his grandfather was said to have been killed by the Italian army in 1911 when they invaded Libya. For these reasons, he couldn't stand any form of imperialism and the perpetrators of the ideology. The significant events that rocked the Arab world, like the Egyptian Revolution of 1952, amongst others, were also defining factors that did birth his hatred for the Westerners. Then Nasser's book, Philosophy of the Revolution, that talks about the best way to carry out a coup, influenced Gaddafi greatly. He organized demonstrations criticizing the monarchical rule of Idris. Those demonstrations cost him a lot as his family was expelled from Sabha. Reading the biographies of Abraham Lincoln, San Yassin, and Mustafa Kemal Atatürk contributed in shaping Gaddafi's ideology at the later stage of his life. Gaddafi studied history at the University of Libya, but it was only for a short time as he dropped out to join the military. He was accepted in the military in 1963, where he started his trainings at Royal Military Academy. Under the monarch, Idris, the Libyan army was trained by the British, and this angered Gaddafi, who could not stand imperialists. His hatred for them made him to put up an unruly behavior and refuse learning English, which made him fail his exams. with a group of his friends in the military. Gaddafi in 1964 founded the Central Committee of the Free Officers Movement, a revolutionary group named after Nasser's Egyptian predecessor. In 1966, he was sent to the United Kingdom for further training, where he later learned English. Idris's government, that was purely imperialist founded, had become unpopular with Libyans, so they desired a change. In 1969, Gaddafi and his men made ample use of that opportunity and overthrew the monarch through Operation Jerusalem. Gaddafi announced the Libyan Arab Republic as soon as he took over power. He championed a revolution represented by freedom, socialism, and unity, and as a ruler, he tried to see that these were implemented. Gaddafi was by nature an introvert, reasons why he spent most of his time in the desert. He was referred to as a loyal and good man, even though he had a somewhat impulsive temper. He was known to either appear in his military uniforms or the Libyan traditional attire as against the Western style of dressing. Gaddafi married his first wife, Fetiha Al-Nura, in 1969, but they later got divorced and he got married to Safia Fakash, and they had 7 biological kids and adopted 2 children. Gaddafi was allegedly killed by the Obama-led administration in 2011, who labeled him a dictator, a case of giving a dog a bad name. But the likes of Nelson Mandela and Fidel Castro applauded him for being a great leader and one who fought for the rights of Africans and his people. Do you think Libya is better now after the death of Gaddafi? Share your thoughts with us in our comment section. We would love to read from you. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel.